G'day, I'm Ali. Today I've got 4 awesome glitter projects for you that I really want to share. They're great to keep for yourself or give as a gift. Let's get creating. Supplies for this glitter bowl. Glitter, I've got fluoro pink and purple here. PVA glue, or another alternative is Mod Podge. A cup to mix your mixture together, the glitter and glue, and then a cup, it's a little bit bigger, to sit the balloon in. And a balloon, a paintbrush and scissors. Firstly, begin by blowing up your balloon. Now I'm making a ring bowl, so I'm only blowing it up a little bit, but if you wanted to make a bigger bowl, then you just blow up the balloon the whole way. Tie a knot in it and then sit it in the cup. Now I know it's a funny shape, but don't worry, that's all part of the plan. Pour the glitter into your cup. So I'm pouring in the purple first and then the pink. If you wanted to, you could just do one colour, but I've decided that I'm going to mix both colours. Then I begin pouring in the PVA glue. So I put just under a 1:1 ratio. So I put a little bit less glue to glitter because you want to have a paste. So once you've stirred it all together, check and make sure it's paste-like. If it's too runny, it'll just run off the balloon. And if it's too glittery and not enough glue, then it'll be all crusty. Then I just began putting it on the balloon. I wanted mine to be quite sturdy, so after it had been on for 10 minutes, I actually came back and did another coat. Then I left it to dry overnight. This is what it looked like the next day. As you can see, the glitter glue mixture had run quite a bit. And then with my scissors, I popped the balloon. I actually had to put my fingers in there and pull it away, which was fine. It came apart from the balloon quite easy, and then pull the balloon out. It didn't actually damage my bowl. To turn it into a ring bowl, as you'll see here, what I've done is I've created a little ridge or shelf by pushing the bottom up, and then I've cut around the top with my scissors to create a nice shape. So I wanted it to be a bit higher at the back and a bit lower at the front. And that's it, there's my ring bowl. I'm doing a black and gold mug, so I've got my black mug, fine gold glitter, Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge, a sponge brush as well as a paintbrush and painter's tape. Firstly, I'm using the painter's tape on the mug. Now the bottom of the painter's tape needs to be flush with the mug, so no bumps or bubbles or anything like that, to get a really good clean finish. I decided to not do a straight line all around. I thought I'd do a part where there's a little peak on one side. Before you apply your Mod Podge, make sure the glitter is ready to go, and then quickly apply the Mod Podge and then add the glitter as quick as you can. Now I'm being real generous with how much glitter I'm adding because I'm collecting it underneath with the paper, so I don't really care how much I first put on because I'm going to save whatever I haven't used. I let that dry for 2 hours and then I used the paintbrush to get all the excess glitter off. And as you can see, there were some parts that the Mod Podge really didn't take to the mug. So what I did was I applied another coat of Mod Podge over all the glitter part and applied more glitter. Then I let that dry for another 2 hours. I decided to take the painter's tape off now to see how straight the line was, and also I don't mind if I get a bit of Mod Podge on the black mug. It's not going to show up as obvious as it would if it was a glass. As I'm removing the tape here, there's a blob of Mod Podge that's still a bit wet, and it's actually removed that second coat of glitter, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's still got the first coat of glitter. Now to seal the glitter so that when you hold it you don't get glitter all over your hands. So I'm applying Mod Podge all over it in a nice thin layer, and then I'm going to allow it to dry for 2 hours. While it's still wet, I'm going to remove the excess Mod Podge with my finger. Then I'm going to apply the second coat of Mod Podge and allow it to dry for 2 hours. Once again, remove the excess Mod Podge from the black part of the mug. and I used a cloth to remove the excess Mod Podge. And lastly, I've got my third coat of Mod Podge to seal the glitter in, but it's not dishwasher safe on the top rack for 28 days. It has to cure for 28 days. I use my fingernails to remove the stray glitter pieces. And then you can give this as a gift and someone can start their day with some sparkle. I love how this turned out. Supplies for Elsa's crown: lace with a flat bottom, fabric stiffener, sponge brush, scissors, baking paper, gold acrylic paint, fine gold glitter, clear acrylic spray paint so that glitter doesn't go everywhere, hot glue gun, and a blue button or blue rhinestones or gems. Determine the size of your crown by popping it on your head and then cut with scissors. On baking paper, use the foam brush to cover the lace with fabric stiffener. Be generous with your fabric stiffener. Work into the lace well to ensure that it is completely covered. Allow it to completely dry, then turn over and work on the other side. I did 2 coats as I wanted a really stiff crown. I then left mine to dry overnight, but you could just wait till later in that day until it's completely dry before you begin the next step. Paint a section of the lace with the gold acrylic paint. And then apply the gold glitter. Then repeat in the next section. Paint, dab into the lace, then add the gold glitter. Once that side is completely done, then lift up from where you've been working and leave to dry. Once dry, turn over and repeat the process on the other side. Acrylic paint, dabbing it into the lace, and then applying the glitter, section by section. Once the paint has dried, take the lace outside and spray it with the clear acrylic spray paint. Then let it dry for 20 minutes before turning it over and spraying the other side. This just stops glitter from going everywhere when you're wearing your crown. Form the shape of your crown and then hot glue so they are overlapping. Try and overlap at 2 identical points of the crown for a clean finish. If you wanted a standard crown, you could just stop now. To make an Elsa inspired crown, we need to hot glue on some blue gemstones. I've used a big blue button and a little blue rhinestone. And that's it, we're done. I love it. You'll need a glass, some Dishwasher Safe Mod Podge if you want it to be dishwasher safe, a paintbrush and a sponge brush, some extra fine glitter, I'm using pink and blue, painter's tape, and also some rubbing alcohol and a cotton bud to clean the glass with. Firstly, I put the painter's tape down on the particular pattern that I wanted. Now you need to make sure that the side that's closest to where the glitter is going to be is flush with the glass so that you don't get any bubbles. I then gave it a clean with the rubbing alcohol, and then I applied the Mod Podge. And now you need to do this quickly, so I actually just did the top section first where I'm going to put the pink glitter because I didn't want it to dry. Then I added the pink glitter, and as you can see I've got paper underneath, so that's going to collect the excess glitter, which I'm just going to pop back into the glitter container. Next I applied Mod Podge to the stem and the base before adding the blue glitter. I left it for 2 hours to dry, and then I used the paintbrush to wipe off the excess glitter, and as you can see it didn't really take to the glass that well, so I decided that I'd do another coat of glitter. So I applied the Mod Podge to where the pink glitter is, added more pink glitter, and then the same with the blue. The Mod Podge, then the glitter. I left that to dry for 2 hours, and I decided that I was happy with the glitter coverage. It's going to be a bit transparent, but I was really happy with how it looked. Then I applied the Mod Podge as a sealer, so I covered all the glitter with Mod Podge and then left it to dry for 2 hours. Then after 2 hours I put the second coat of Mod Podge on and left it to dry for 2 hours. And then I put the third coat on. Now I'm going to take the painter's tape off. Now I decided to leave it on until I'd done all 3 layers of the sealer because I didn't want any of the Mod Podge on the glass making it look dirty. As you can see when I peel that off, that's a nice sharp line. And how good does that look? Pink and blue. I'm really happy with that. I just think it looks super cute. For it to be top rack dishwasher safe, it just needs to cure for 28 days. Thanks so much for watching until the end. Let me know, are you someone who likes to just watch DIY YouTubes or do you create them as well? Thanks again. Bye.